Hey, what's going on YouTube? Just thought I'd make this video completely random. Uh, I promised myself I'd do this in one take and just turn on the mic, just ramble about what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. Uh, so yeah, I got my coffee here, so I'm just gonna ramble on. As you can see from like the title of the video, like basically, does anyone else feel like this? I hope there are people out there that do feel like this, but um, I don't know. I'm 29 years old, 29-year-old guy, uh, and I basically feel like time has just flown by, like completely. And like now, I'm getting, next year I'm gonna be 30, and I'm looking back, and it's like, like where did the time go? Uh, even though like I'm 29, I feel like I'm actually 20 years old. I feel like I just got out of high school. Have all this energy and ambition, but it's like, you know, all the time is just gone, and I have no idea where it went. And I'm just like clinging on, I guess, to like my youth. And I know some people are gonna say, "Oh, like you're only 29, that's not that old." But it's like the core of my youth is gone, basically, and it's like it's all gone, and it was all spent in like schooling and work. And then now, when I want to like just chill and just like enjoy life and like really live in the present moment, where I feel like I've been able to give myself some breathing room. It's like everybody around me is getting married, having kids, and like that's what the expectation is for me now. And like in my mind, I'm like mentally and stuff, like I'm not even there, not even close. And it's like I just want to like take a breather, right? But like I don't know, like I don't know if it was like COVID or what it was. It's like time just flew by, and I'm like sitting here like, how am I 29 years old? I don't get it. Like where did the time go? Where did the years go? Um, and don't get me wrong, like life is good, right? Like I don't really have anything to truly complain about compared to like the rest of the world. Like life is chill. I got a stable job, got a little bit of money, got great family, great friends. I live in a great country. Uh, Life is good, but it's like I have no idea what my purpose is, and it's like everything just seems so mundane, so repetitive. Where it's like you go to work, and then on my days off, I'm just like chilling, like I'm doing the same stuff. Like I'll go to I go to the gym like at least 5 times a week, sometimes six. But it's like all my days off, it's like wake up, go to the gym, come home, and I don't really know what to do. And it's like usually like I'll game out with my buddies, I'll hang out with my friends here and there, family. But it's like everybody else has their own lives, own responsibilities and whatnot. Like you can't hang out every day, right? But it's like majority of the time on my days off, it's like after the gym, I'm just like chilling at home, gaming, watch sports here and there. But it's like I don't know, like it seems so repetitive. Like as of recently, like I really I was like, okay, like I'll pick up like a hobby, right? That I can like fill my time with. So like recently, like earlier this year, I was like, okay, like I'll try streaming or making content or something, right? Like if I'm in a game, maybe I'll clip some stuff and post it online. Maybe that'll go somewhere, right? I don't really know. I really didn't go into it thinking, oh, I'm gonna blow up and become this big time, streamer, YouTuber, whatever. But I was like, I'll just post clips and we'll see what happens, see where it goes, right? Maybe it directs me somewhere, right? But I don't know. Like I haven't really know what to play. I'm not like an insane player at any game to the point where I could like clip stuff, put it online, and people be like, "Wow, like this guy's so good. Like we have to watch him." So I've just like tried to tried to find a niche. I've like tried playing different types of games, older games and whatnot. And like earlier this year, I was like, okay, like why not play some of these older classic games? Like the games I used to play when I was younger. Call of Duty, whatnot. Um, so I literally went and bought off of Craigslist a PS3, bought COD 4 Modern Warfare, MW2 COD World at War, and I was going like maybe I'll start this like series where I'll literally like I'll just grind like COD 4 Modern Warfare from level 1 to like 10th prestige. Maybe I'll just clip that, stream that, and I did that for a bit, and I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to really do this until like 10 prestige L55. The lobbies are dead. You can basically only play like team deathmatch, right? And it's like the connection's garbage on most of those lobbies. I'm like, am I really gonna do this until 10th prestige L55? Like that's gonna be such a grind, and I'm not even really enjoying it, right? So I was like, oh, whatever. Like I'll try something else, And you go to play some of these older games again, and most of them are dead. You can only play like team deathmatch or something, whatever, right? But like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm chasing. I don't know what I'm looking for. You know, I feel like I'm, again, like I'm chasing my youth. I'm trying to chase nostalgia or whatever. Whether I want to admit it to myself or not, I feel like that's the first time I've said it out loud. But it's like, I'm like playing these older games and like looking for something, but I have no idea what I'm looking for. Like I'm hoping like I hop on these games and the lobbies are going to be bumping like how they were back in the day, when obviously that's not going to happen, right? But it's like, I don't know. I've always been like a nostalgic person, and I guess in the last few months, I said when the summer was coming to an end, I was like, I'm just gonna dive into it. Like, I've always like, anytime I would get nostalgic, I was always telling myself like, snap out of it. Like, dude, like you're 29. Like, don't live in the past. Look to the future. Whatever. But I feel like a few months ago, I was like, okay, like I basically asked myself like, why am I feeling like that? Why am I feeling nostalgic? And I just decided to just dive into it. Just whatever, just play those old games, be nostalgic. And I started making like random content of like, from like older video games, like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, the older CODs and stuff. And like I posted like shorts and like TikToks, like nostalgic ones about that stuff. And like, like it got a decent amount of reception from people. Like there were people commenting on like the videos like, oh, like these games were great. It was such a good time. That was like the golden era, whatever, right? And like that just sort of got me thinking like there's got to be other people that like feel this way, that like who get very nostalgic about this stuff and like they have a tough time letting go of certain things in the past. And like I've just really like thought to myself, like, people always say like let go of the past or whatnot, but I'm like, what if there's really good stuff in the past? Like those games, right? Like those COD 4, MW2, World at War, Black Ops 1, etc., Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Bad Company 2, etc. Those games are great. Those are like all-time great games, and you can't convince me otherwise. And like should we be letting go of that stuff? Like that's art, right? That's like timeless art, timeless stuff that like can even stand today. And it's like, I think those games are better than the Battlefields and the Call of Duties we have today, right? And again, I'm not saying the entire gaming industry is garbage. I'm not saying that. It's just like those games were great, and like why should we let go of it, right? Maybe it is healthy to like maybe step into the past sometimes and enjoy that kind of stuff, right? But yeah, but yeah, I don't know, that it's just something that's been on my mind, and I don't know, like, are there other people out there that think like this, that feel like this, like that feel like time has just flown by, they don't know where life exactly is headed. You look on social media, you turn on the news, majority of the time it's like negative shit. The economy's in shambles, there's gonna be a recession, housing's not affordable, blah blah blah. And it's like what are we supposed to, like, is my life now just gonna be like just working? Like is that it? My youth is gone. Is it just, hey, get married, have kids, work like work either a shitty job or a decent job, and like that's it? And like the shitty thing is, like, now that I've you grow a little bit older, you start to realize what the world is, what life is, and obviously become more wiser and whatnot, and you realize what the important things are in life, right? But the tragic thing is, once you learn all that stuff, you learn, okay, don't stress about random stuff, don't stress about stuff you can't control, live in the moment, whatever. It's like once you learn that, you don't even get to apply that back like to your youth. Like your youth is over. And that's the time when you really were supposed to like be living carefree, living in the moment, enjoying everything, blah, blah, blah. But obviously when you get older, you have more responsibilities, right? It's like you don't get to go back in time and live in those moments. You don't get to experience youth again. Even once you realize like, okay, this is what's right, this is what is true, whatever, you don't get to go back. And that and obviously, life doesn't work like that, right? That's wishful thinking, but it's like I find that so tragic. Once you learn all that stuff, you don't get to go back and like relive your youth. And like I feel like for a lot of us, right, and again, I'm just an average guy, I come from an average working class family, like some people, again, if you're really wealthy, like you can prolong your youth, right? You can live it up, whatever, but it's like if you're an average person like that, I got people that depend on me, right? to work, to help pay the bills, put food on the table, pay the mortgage, etc. Right? Like, I feel like I can't take that break. You know, I don't have that luxury of like, you can just chill, do nothing. You know what I mean? I feel like there's like that pressure from like family and like society, like, hey, you're this old, like, you know, this is what you should be doing next. This is the next chapter in your life, and like, and have this like imaginary. I feel like almost everybody, especially guys, when you get to like your late 20s, like you have this imaginary ticking clock where it's like, it's just this like that pressure that you know, like, time's running out. You got to do this, you got to do that stuff online. You know, you gotta hit the gym, you gotta look like this, you gotta have this much money, blah blah blah. If you don't have this, you're not gonna be able to get this. And it's just like, yo, what is going on, right? And I feel like now that when I really do want to chill, I really can't, right? And it's but yeah, it's just something that's been like eating away at me for some time now. And I just told myself, hey, just rant about it, throw a video on YouTube, see what happens, right? I don't expect this to blow up or anything like that, but like, I just wanted to get it out and just speak about it and just see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, I guess. I don't know what else I really have to say, but for the whoever ends up watching this, for the few people that do, like, if you feel the same way, you know, let me know. But hopefully this helps some people. Hopefully somebody watches this, maybe they felt the same way, and they'll find comfort in knowing that somebody else feels the same way as well. But yeah, thanks for listening. Hope you guys have a good one. See ya.